All right. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to another class, another time with tutor, the enthusiastic tutor. I believe we all can hear me clearly. And this happens to be the very first Telegram class on the course ENT101, that is Introduction to Entrepreneurship. It promises to be a very wonderful and interesting course, an interesting time. And I promise you that the class will worth your time. So, with this being said, perhaps I should orientate us a little bit about what the Telegram class is all about. Telegram class is a little bit better than YouTube class. Why? It is a little bit better in the sense that students are permitted to ask questions. All right. It's more of a discussion. It's highly interactive. All right. So I'll be posting this video on our YouTube Telegram page, or our Telegram YouTube page, perhaps. And for as many of us who can't afford to join the live class like this, can always get back to watch what we treated in the class. All right. The channel is actually a brand new one. Let's do what? Subscribe to the channel, like, and share the video. All right. With this being said, let's hop straight into it. All right. So today we are going to start from what we understand or what is said to be management. All right. Once again, the course is, just a moment. The course is ENT. What's wrong, Mike? No. Just a moment. Okay. Now the course is ENT101. Now we're going to start from, I believe we all have our writing materials, except for Mr. Alfred, who already said he's on the road. Mr. Alade, I believe you have your writing materials with you, sir. Mr. Alade, do you have your writing materials with you? Well, okay. Mr. Alade, can you hear me? All right.
I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear
so
you.
Now let's go straight into it. Now, management is a conscious practice. When we hear the term management, what should come in mind? What is the term management? All right. Management is said to be a conscious practice of shaping, all right, the organization to achieve set goal and objective. All organization has its set goal and objective. All right. Every organization is in business today because they have a goal to achieve. All right. They have set objectives. All right. And what enables this achievement, or what makes this achievement possible, is management. So management is referred to as a what? A conscious practice of shaping the organization to achieve. So management is conscious. It is deliberate. It is a conscious practice that what shapes the organization in order to achieve its goals and set objectives. All right. Now, management is also said to be applicable to both profit-oriented businesses and non-business organization alike. All right. Whether it's a profit-oriented business or not, all organization requires management. Are we together? Are we together? Can we hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Awesome. Please, I need us to be responsive. This is not YouTube. This is Telegram. We need to be responsive, please. Now, the basic purpose of any form of management, all right? The basic purpose of any form of management in an organization is to what? Achieve corporate set goals. That is the basic purpose of any form of management in an organization. To achieve corporate set goals and objectives. not just to achieve it, but to do it in an effective and efficient manner. It's not good enough to just achieve the goal and objective, all right, but to do it in the most effective and efficient manner. Now, manager is one. When we say management now, it's referred to as a body, all right, charged with the responsibility. But when we talk of a manager, we're talking about an individual, all right, one who is responsible or who is charged, who has the responsibility to plan, organize, lead, and what? Control its available resources effectively and efficiently. Now, what are the key points? The key points are a manager is expected, all right? A manager is what is expected, is responsible, all right, to plan, to organize, to lead, to control. What are the things is controlling, leading, and planning? Or they are what? Controlling available resources effectively and efficiently in order to what? Achieve organizational purpose. All right? Are we good to go?
I think we can move on.
Are we good to go?
We can move on. So it's okay.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Let's proceed then. Now, management is essential in all organizations. All right. Just like I said earlier on, management is essential in all organizations, be it private, public, profit-oriented organization, or non-profit-oriented organization. Management is essential in all organizations. All right. Management is also said to be a universal concept. All right. Management is a universal concept. Universal concept in the sense that it functions of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. It has the function, its basic function. Its major function is to what? To plan, to organize, all right, to lead and to control. All right. And what is the leading and controlling and planning upon? It's all about the resources, all right, effectively and efficiently using available resources, okay, to achieve specific organization goals. Now, so management is universal. As we have said, management is as well essential in all organizations. And we have also said manager is the individual responsible or charged with the responsibility to what? To plan, organize, lead, and control the available resources effectively and efficiently. All right. Now, and no, there's an erroneous belief that the concept of management applies to what? Majorly profit-making organization and less profit organization. All right. Now, the point is that belief is erroneous. Just like as I said earlier on, management is essential in all organizations, be it what? Profit-making organization and non-profit-making organization. So it is erroneous. It's an erroneous belief to say management is way needed in a organization than that of a non-profit-making organization. All right. So we have that as that. Now we have the nature of entrepreneurship. Now, the nature of entrepreneurship implies several images and meanings. Now, there are different definitions of entrepreneurship by different scholars. Speaking of entrepreneurship now, right, it implies several images and meanings. And to this, we have several definitions by different scholars. And we're going to be talking about very few of them in a jiffy. All right, we're going to be talking about few of them in a jiffy. Now, let's talk about the definition of inegbenebo. The definition of inegbenebo, all right, and Igbino one here in 2011. Now, they define entrepreneurship or an entrepreneur as a person. Okay? Now, they define an entrepreneur as a person who has possession of an enterprise or venture. Okay? And assumes significant accountability. All right? For the word inherent skill. Inherent what? Risk. All right? And the outcome of the enterprise. Now, the key points here are the entrepreneur is a person. And this person is in the possession of an enterprise. This person referred to as an entrepreneur according to Ibenebo and Ibinowahia in 2011. He refers to as an entrepreneur, as an individual, as a person, all right, who has in his possession an enterprise or a venture, all right, and this person assumes significant accountability, all right, attached risk, accountability and attachment of risks, all right, and the outcome of the enterprise. Now, Jones, George, and Hill in 2000 said an entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneurs are individuals who notice opportunity. Jones, George, and Hill, Hill, in 2000, that's in the year 2000, they defined entrepreneurs as individuals who notices opportunity. The first point, they don't just stop at noticing it, right? They take the responsibility, okay? They take the responsibility for mobilizing resources. They take it upon themselves to mobilize resources necessary to produce new and improved goods and services. Noticing an opportunity is not good enough. They also take it upon themselves to take advantage of this opportunity, mobilize resources, and begin production of new and improved goods and services. That is the definition of Jones, George, and Hill. All right. Let's also look at the definition of Drucker in 1986. Now, Drucker in 1986 said the entrepreneur, all right, is someone who always searches for change, responds to it, and exploits it as an opportunity. This is a straightforward definition from Drucker in 1986. It refers to an entrepreneur as someone who was always proactive, looking for, searching for what? Change. Always optimistic about change, open-minded about change. And the moment they realize it, they realize an opportunity for change, they respond to it. They respond to it, they exploit the opportunity. All right? So we have that as that. Now, let's talk about the role of an entrepreneur in a developing society. What are the roles of an entrepreneur in a developing society? All right? But before we talk about that, now take note of this, please. The central idea of the concept of entrepreneurship incorporates uncertainty and risk-taking. The central idea of the concept of entrepreneurship incorporates, it works pari passu, it works like 5 and 6 with what? Uncertainty and risk-taking. All right? Just like a saying that says, an entrepreneur does not just take risks. An entrepreneur takes a calculated risk. All right? Now, the central idea of the concept of entrepreneurship incorporates what? Uncertainty and risk-taking, innovation, perception, and change. About 4 of them: uncertainty and risk. Definitely, they invent, they bring new things, on board, which is innovation. All right, and what they do is actually unique. All right, they respond to change. All right, and this was postulated by Albert and Link in 1989. I believe we all are on the same pedestrian. Are we following? Are we all following? Mr. Alfred, Mr. Alade, are we all together?
Yes, I'm following you.
Can we all hear me?
I can hear you, but it's like I'm still battling with my service here.
Just a moment, please.
I can hear you, sir.
A moment, please. Okay. Okay, Mr. Alfred, you are home now. That's good. I believe you can now write something down. Mr. Alade,
yes, sir.
Your network is not so good. So I can see you are trying to talk, but I can barely hear you. Can you hear me, Mr. Alade?
Yes, I can hear you now. I'm trying to adjust my camera.
Okay. So sorry, your network is giving you issue, but I just assume you can hear me clearly. So we've said a lot of things about management, and as well, we've said a lot of things about entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs, right? And we've looked at different definitions from different scholars, right? Just to mention but a few. Also, we are now going to talk about the role of entrepreneurship in a developing society. What does entrepreneurs play in a developing society? Now, I want to talk about the very first role, which is employment generation. All right, an entrepreneur, all right, in a developing society, they create job opportunity. It's quite disheartening that we have a lot of brilliant minds, all right, a lot of products of a lot of brilliant minds being produced by universities, thousands of them every year. And it's quite unfortunate that 80% of them still carry the mentality of, if I become a graduate, I want to go and look for a job. All right? It's quite unfortunate that after going to school for 4 years, a graduate will still be out there looking for a job. Automatically, after going through school for 4 years, graduating from school for 4 years, you should be automatically an entrepreneur. Whether with a job or no job, it's your responsibility to create one. All right? It is your responsibility to create one. Okay? So, it is the most important thing they do is that they create employment. They generate employment. All right? Also, productivity. All right? They facilitate the transfer of technology. Let's not forget we talked about innovation. Just as risk is also attached to the concept of entrepreneur. All right? Now, they stimulate what? Growth. Just 4 points. They generate employment. All right? They what? They increase productivity. All right? They also facilitate, all right, the transfer and adaptation of technology. Okay? And they also what? Stimulate growth. 4 important points. All right, Miss Precious, it's good to have you on the stream.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's talk about small and medium scale enterprise. The small and medium scale enterprise are referred to as the SMEs. All right, SMEs. SME, then we have a small or an apostrophe of S. Apostrophe S, that's the small and medium scale enterprises. All right, now we have that by the way. Now, just as we have spoken about the role of entrepreneurship in a developing society, now let's talk about the functions. All right, it is the function of an entrepreneur to bear risk. It is the function of an entrepreneur to bear risk. All right, to innovate, innovation. All right, to identify business opportunity. It's the function of an entrepreneur to bear risk. That's one. It's another function of an entrepreneur to what? To be innovative. To be what? Innovative. All right. Also to see, all right, the perception of business opportunity. It takes only an entrepreneur to realize an opportunity and mobilize resources and take advantage of the opportunity. Are we together? Am I being too fast?
Go on.
A little
Alfred.
bit. Sir.
Are we good to go?
Yes, I said, but you're a little bit fast. But to put something down is finding it difficult. Before you...
Okay, kind of struggling to hear us. Let me switch
Let's go ahead,
to my
sir.
personal SIM card. I think maybe it's for my Wi-Fi. Just
Shall we move on?
all right. Now, I think Mr. Alfred might try to reconnect or something because he is frozen. Hey, Mr. Alali, can you hear me?
I can hear you very loud and clear.
Awesome, awesome. So let's continue. So, okay.
Awesome.
It is the responsibility of an entrepreneur to what? To think logically. So, entrepreneurship is even referred to as a science. Why? It's referred to as a science because it involves logical thinking. It is also a art. All right, it's also an art because it involves the use of instinct. It is the responsibility of an entrepreneur to use his or her instinct. All right, logically think. Okay, and management. The responsibility of an entrepreneur is to manage his resources effectively and efficiently. All right, that's why the risk attached to it is high, because any mistake you make is detrimental to business. Any slight mistake made is detrimental to business. Since it's a business owned or run by probably by an individual, so the decision making process is fast, although as much as it's fast, it can also be detrimental if it's a wrong one. Okay, so we have that at that. Now let's talk about very quickly who is an entrepreneur. All right, just like we have an entrepreneur, we have an entrepreneur. Now let's take the definition of Jones, John Hill again. Now they refer to an entrepreneur as a manager. All right. According to them, they said an entrepreneur, that's I-N, intrapreneur is a manager, all right, a scientist or a researcher, all right, who knows, all right, who works inside an existing organization, notices opportunity for product improvement, and is responsible for managing the product development process. Now, an entrepreneur, according to Jones, George, and Hill in 2000, they refer to an intrapreneur as a scientist, all right, as a manager, or as a researcher, charged with the responsibility towards, okay, now, this entrepreneur works in an existing organization, all right, unlike the entrepreneur who is what? A business owner, he works for himself. But an entrepreneur works in an existing organization, all right, and his responsibility is to what? Make research, all right, manage and observe, all right, notice opportunities for product improvement, all right, and is to ensure that this opportunity he has realized to improve product, that process must be materialized. Now, an entrepreneurship, right? Entrepreneurship requires special attention from managers because by design, it cuts against the gain of established organizational activities. All right. So basically, an entrepreneur might not be a manager as well. All right. An entrepreneur can also have a boss over him. And it is said here that he requires a special attention from from his superior, right? As he realizes the opportunity of product improvement, then it has to be taken advantage of. Are we together?
Yes, very clear.
All right, so awesome. Let's proceed. So very quickly, I think we are getting close to following the class, closing up on today's class. Okay, because I have another class soon and I need to make preparations for that class. Now let's talk about characteristics of an entrepreneurship. All right, to mention but a few. An entrepreneur, An entrepreneur should be self-confident. All right, to be self-confident, should have drive and energy. As an entrepreneur, something should drive you. Something should get you up on your bed, make you want to make research, make you want to improve, make you want to take advantage of opportunities. You have to have that drive and energy. You also have to have self-confidence as an entrepreneur. All right. You also have to be involved, long-term involvement. All right. You have to be persistent at solving problems. As an entrepreneur, from time to time, you will be faced with challenges and issues, but you have to be obstinate. You have to be resolute about solving any problem and challenges you come across in the course of running your business. You don't back out. All right? You don't back out. You have to be resolute. You have to be consistent. You have to be deliberate and particular about solving problems. Also, as an entrepreneur, it is required of you to set goals. Have set goals. Even the Bible said it that we should write it on the plain on the table. All right, so that he that runneth can see it. As an entrepreneur, you need to set goals. All right, this is my target in the next 6 years. This is what I want to achieve. This is how much I want to have improved upon what I do, the quality. All right, this is how much I want to have reached out to my customers. You have to have set goals. So I'll go through that very quickly again. Drive and energy, self-confidence. long-term involvement. We also have money as a measure, and we have persistent problem solving, goal setting. All right. So I think we'll stop here for today, and in our next class, we'll take it up from there. All right. So just before we call it a wrap, I don't know, Mr. Alfred,
This class is just for 30 minutes.
Sir?
I said you started by 7 and just at 7:30. Is it not too short?
Okay.
Your
Usually
class
our
used to
Telegram classes, usually our Telegram classes should be
be
at least
one.
an hour, right?
Ah, so why 30 minutes this time around?
But
I said your class used to be 1 hour. So why?
you permit me to please go because I have ENT101 class. I need to make preparations for the class, please. Okay. Our next Telegram class, I think I will fix it to be the last class, so we can have all the time. Okay. I hope we are good. We are good. So, Mr. Alfred, Mr. Alade, and Miss Precious, I believe we all have our notes intact in our next class. Before we commence into the class, I will have us all say a thing or two about this class we're having today. Although this class will still be uploaded on the YouTube channel, right? In case you want to go back to check it. And Mr. Alfred, Mr. Alade, and Miss Precious, I give an assignment, ENT105 assignment. I'm yet to receive it. What is going on? Everybody's mute now.
Well, the assignment honestly is the time that is my problem. That is why I have to rush for this lecture just to catch up. But just unfortunate that the network at my side is just too bad. But then I will still try. And thank you.
Yeah. Right. Mr. Alfred, what about you, sir? I need you to submit that assignment. We have Saturday and Sunday. Our next class is on Monday. Okay, Miss Precious, can you hear us? What about your assignment, please?
I'm almost done with it. The last one you gave, I'm almost done with it. I'll submit it once
So thank you very much, everyone. Let's have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing us on Monday and on subsequent tutorials. Let's have a wonderful night rest. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, sir.